shouldn't have done that. I texted him to say I was sorry, but he read it and ignored it. That's too bad. Even if he ignores him, you should keep texting that you're sorry. An apology doesn't end when it's made. It ends when the one you're apologizing to forgives you. Is that how it works? Wouldn't it be better to leave him be and give him some time to think? This time I agree with him. If you get angry and start ignoring him, things like this just tend to get worse. Relationships are such a pain, huh? Life should be more lived by moment by moment. Oops. Relationships are such a pain, huh? Life should be lived moment by moment. But if you keep getting stuck on things, and it screws everything up. Well, even if Jaden does apologize for taking a joke too far, that's not the real problem here, is it? Sorry, I don't have a guy's voice, okay? I'm trying. There's only so many voices I can make for men. True. Jaden, you aren't a CPP, a congenital parallel processor, right? Quite a few CPPs dislike it when people get confused while interacting with their multiple personalities. Are there any congenital CPPs here now? I don't think you want to be asking that. Not everyone who's come out has enjoyed the experience. Single personality is a majority in the world at large, but they're a minority among Gauntlet Knights. Well, it just means you've got to treat people differently here. Anyway, you hear this a lot in the world of CPPs. Someone falls in love with one personality and the other personality starts to hate them. In the world of single personality, it's not uncommon for people to see their partners in a new light, after noticing that they have an unexpected side to them. When incidents like these happen, the world of romance manga and novels, they inevitably lead to the development of romantic feelings. However, that only applies when said partner is a single personality. To them, a different personality is the same as a different person. So when you take your impression of one and force it on the other, they despise it. I get it. If a guy in my class sucked at basketball and someone said I must suck too because I was in his class, it pissed me off. Meow is meow! Meow is meow, okay? Perhaps you developed romantic feelings for Meow and subconsciously started treating Meow as a member of the opposite sex. If you just calmly analyze it like that, it makes you want to find a hole to crawl into. Jaden sank up to his head in the bath. It's just a virtual bath in a virtual room, so he wouldn't suffocate or anything. But right then, he was so embarrassed that he didn't want his male friends to see his face. There's no need to be embarrassed. We are soldiers after all. We may be servants to the world peace, but fundamentally we're in a job where we might lose our lives at any time. I don't think it's a bad idea to experience love while you have the chance. In the end, this is all because I didn't understand anything. It's my fault. I'm sorry, I think Jaden has my Keiichi voice, and then I give Meow a different voice. At the same time, in the open-air bath of the same virtual room, the Gauntlet girls had gathered. The topic of discussion here was the same as the boys. I understand how you feel, but he didn't know. If you get too angry, I feel sorry for him. That's right. If you talk to him so harshly, that's just too sad for Jaden. The way his attitude suddenly changed was seriously creepy. We were partners, okay? I trusted him because we were supposed to put our lives in each other's hands. And then he suddenly starts treating me like a girl. It was a shock and it made me so sad. I thought we loved each other like family in the best way possible. I believe we had a trusting relationship that went beyond things like gender. And then he suddenly starts acting like that. Wow. Please have more faith in your partner and Jaden. That's just the sort of creature boys are. They're suddenly changing when they realize someone's a girl. From now on, he might be like a fox staring down a hen house. No way! Wow! Meow is a girl, but Meow isn't. This clearly is a case of identity confusion, a human rights violation. This is probably because he wasn't properly educated about CPPs. As long as CPPs continue to hide, instead of further understanding in the world at large, this sort of thing will continue to happen. That's all there is to it. But if they do come out, they simply take on the social risk without any benefits. I've ordered my attendants to make sure Jaden fully understands what's going on here. Now that he knows, if he ever does the same thing again, I'll see to it that he's properly punished. Hey, don't do something so ominous to Jaden. I'm sure Jaden will understand. Wow! It's not like I want him to understand me or anything. I was just so horrified. You're horrified that someone thinks of you as a woman? My, so now you're making statements that are prejudiced against women, huh? People only say the big brother is thin like... Oh, wait, sorry, that's meow. Let's try that again. Sorry, my hearing is... and my skull and my jaw is really affecting me physically. It's been a while since I've read. Give me a break. Every time I'm, like, moving my jaw... like, my hearing, there's, like, a wave, and it's, like, it's really tough on me right now. I'm having a sensory issue. Okay. People only say Big Brother is thin like a woman because he doesn't exercise much. It's not like that. If I exercised and bulked up, then you'd be pissed because our body wouldn't look like a girl. I never said that. You're only thin because you don't exercise! But I'm short and my arms are short, so even if I finally started exercising, all the buff guys would just make fun of me and, See? You don't exercise because of your own reasons! Don't use me as an excuse for not doing it! I hate you, big brother! I can't believe this! What the hell? Damn it! You wanna have a go? Ow! Meow's right and left arms started fighting and pinching their cheeks and pulling their hair like a single person found on wanting a fight. Oh, hello! In other words, the source of their fight wasn't just identity confusion. It was Meow's own inferiority complex about his body. Nice analysis. I can propose a perfect way to resolve this. Wait, weren't you trying to say we're both at fault here? This isn't Jaden's fault, it's all yours! All you have to do is stop saying things like that. Calm down and show her how to interact with CPPs. Stupid big brother! You weak, skinny pipsqueak! Mocking the physical characteristics of someone whose body you share may be a dubious tactic. At any rate, they managed to get Meow's side of the story. The girls passed the message on to the guys, talking to Jaden with a mental text. Apparently, this group had almost finished getting Jaden's side of the story. Everyone admonished Jaden, making him understand how rude identity confusion was to CPPs. Right now, the impact of Meow's "you're creeping him out" was sinking in, and he was being wrapped in fierce self-hatred. Hold on! Right now, the impact of Meow's "you're creeping me out" was sinking in, and he was being wrapped in a fierce self-hatred. It's not like you... to let it get... This is the third time I've read this scene. It's so funny. In a way. Okay. It's not like you to get it down... Wait, it's not like you to let it get you down like this. Meow went too far as well. If he doesn't like being called weak, all he has to do is train on his own. The fact that he was so horrified just because he thought someone was treating him like a woman is pathetic for someone who technically is a Japanese boy. Yeah. Oh, wait. Hold on. I think I missed something. Sorry. Yeah. Of course. Thanks for dropping by. Yeah. I will. See you. If he's so worried about his body, you should just train him up good at a gym or something. Sounds like he wants to be treated like a man, so whoop into shape. If that's what he wants, then sure. I won't hold back. I just discussed this with Naomi, and we agreed that a male bonding ceremony would make be the... Wait. Let's try that again. I just discussed this... I'm sorry. Okay. 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 I just discussed this with Naomi, and we agreed that a male bonding ceremony would be the best way for you two to make up. Nice! Go sweat together as men! It's the best way to make up! What do you mean, male bonding ceremony? In old Japanese manga, men who had grown distant would always resolve their problems like this. We can advise you in this virtual room, but our bodies are far away. We can't help you directly, so we're going to get a trustworthy friend, Gunhild, to set the stage. Huh? You're bringing Gunhild into this? I'd rather not tell the others in the AOU if I can help it. Don't worry. She understands you two far better than you know. I just texted her. Now, you only need to obey her instructions. Okay? He wasn't quite satisfied from this, but a text from Gunhild came almost immediately.
You received a message, boyo.
This is Gunhild. I asked that Meow and Jaden get together here immediately. Gather where? There was a blip on the map screen. Isn't that... I don't really get it, but I'll head on over. Everyone, thanks for hearing me out. Don't worry about it, young man. Life seems long, but it's shorter than you think. Enjoy your ignorant youth to the fullest.
Jaden has exited the room.
A short while after Jaden left, the girls who had been listening to Meow and Meow had joined them. This will probably get their feelings back on the right track. Cases that can't be healed with medicine really make your back ache.
When friends make up, they become even better friends! Wow!
I hope they do. Meow really does love his partner, doesn't he? I suppose it's that trust that lets them fight the way they do. I've known it ever since the Battle Center Festival. When it comes to bonds of trust, we of the Baiba Squad are in no way inferior, princess! Momotake, I guess you'll never give on that point. Okay then, I'll leave too, and look after the two ladies from Suparno. They're both so serious they'll suffocate if I don't tease them.
We shall leave too! Come now, back to training! Our next mock enemy is AOU America's Atlantic Fleet!
Whoa, princess! That's a bit harsh. 5 seconds after we helped Jaden of AOU America sort out his personal issues? Come on! You just know those AOUs are training for an assault on the Atlantis Spirit Field. Guess the ABN's doing an assault on Algiers and COU's doing a mine blockade of the Mozambique Channel.
My, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, pardon me while I go memorize the Maputo Central Harbor layout. We also undergo training using other factions as mock enemies. It's no surprise that the same thing happens in reverse. We're all doing it. Even though we're all comrades who love the sky, and even though we do this job for the sake of peace, we're still soldiers. Understanding why it's like that doesn't make it any less tough. Walls of peace are heavy. We all have to get stronger if we're going to support them for both sides.
Of course! When two combatants raise their swords at each other, it's essential that both sides have properly honed their skills. That sort of determination is essential for both military might and for comrades supporting the walls of peace.
Indeed. Remaining attentive and not slacking off in your training is the best way for warriors to show respect for each other. Correct. Nothing would humiliate me more than hearing that the COU wasn't even worth training against.
Hey, that's enough talking about scary things, well. In the It's-a-Rap public bath, we all swore with Meow that we'd be friends. Stop saying scary stuff like that, well.
You're right. A public bath oath is the most important one we've made, and it binds everyone here together. For now, let's put aside affiliations and factions and pray that our friends Meow and Jaina make up, okay? Yes, and let's be glad that we were able to help. Okay, then we'll head back to Mind Laying Simulation, whatever channel. See you later, everyone! One by one, they all vanished from the room. And then there were none, leaving the virtual room wrapped in silence, except for the sound of the bats. You know, it really is weird, this era. Just a little. You're wondering about how I look? It was getting confusing, so I sort of had to make this to match my tastes. Think it looks good on me? Well, I really couldn't care less what you think. All that matters is whether I like it or not. Still, this really is a strange era. After all, you're all soldiers, right? Isn't it your job to defeat your opponents in war? Even if you try to cover it up with all this talk about supporting the walls of peace together and being the servants of international peace, defeating enemies is a soldier's job. They probably all believe that even if war does break out, they'll be able to handle it neatly and beautifully thanks to this sportsmanship. However, the cost of that foolishness will soon be paid at it. Damn it! Let's try that again! They probably all believe that even if war does break out, they'll be able to handle it neatly and beautifully thanks to this sportsmanship. However, the cost of that foolishness will soon be paid at a higher price than you've ever imagined. There's no way that'll happen. We're all friends. We swore that to each other. Even if a conflict erupts, we definitely won't kill each other. You act like this is nonsense, is a prediction, but none of it will ever happen. This probably is a misunderstanding peculiar to the Japanese. These are both pronounced Yogen, but their meaning is entirely different. I guess to say correctly, Yogen and Yogen are both pronounced Yogen, but their meaning is entirely different. Do you know what the difference is? I don't want to talk to you. Disappear! Disappear! Well, I don't really care whether you ask or not. I'm talking because I want to. So the difference between Yogen and Yogen. Yogen means what you think it does. It's making a prediction about the future and telling someone about it. That prediction might be right or it might not. But Yogen is different. Yogen means prophecy, receiving words from God. God is omnipotent and also knows everything about the future. So the words of a God are a promise about the future. When you receive those words from a God and speak them, it becomes Yogen, a prophecy. My words are a prophecy. They're announcements about a promised future. It doesn't matter whether you believe me or not. No matter what happens, everything will turn out the way I said. Right now, the world is still moving slowly. It may not look like the sort of environment a war could break out in. But behind the stage where you innocently play at being friends, the world is slowly preparing to become a place where people hate each other. Who would do something like that? Do you know about the Three Kings? They're the old people who claim to be the guides of humanity across the globe. Their ultimate goal is to get the whole world to fight at once and then destroy everything by their own hands. For that reason, those old people have already made extensive preparations, and very soon it'll become real. When that happens, all this pretending to be friends for the sake of international peace will be over. All those people who look like they were giving advice about romance or something just now will be torn apart from each other in a bloody fight to the death. They'll experience anger and sadness, countless negative emotions, and pathetically kill each other. We won't! We definitely won't! We'll never kill each other! How the hell could we? Very, very soon, hell will come to this earth. I'll never believe in a hell like that! I'll prevent it. Blech, I messed up. Let's try that again. I'll prevent it. I'll put a stop to it. I'll avoid it. No matter what, I'll definitely avoid that hell. That fate! Listen, my adorable meow. Your highest priority goal is to stop this hell before it happens, using any means necessary. The only way to succeed in that is to kill them. You must find them and kill them. You may do whatever it is necessary to accomplish that. No matter whom you have to kill or what you have to break, there's no need to hold back. Kill them. That's the only way to avoid that hell. Kill the Three Kings. Kill them. can stand between a couple.
Even religion and gender can't tear apart two people who love each other. We'll support any kind of love.
We're the ultimate cheerleaders for all couples in love. Yellow.Shabby. I'm sorry. I can't take them seriously. Okay. Let's try that again. Yellow.Shabby, bringing the heat. We're here.
So where are they? Where are the AOU pretty boys who awakened to love between men?
Now that we're here to support you, have no fear. Our 550mm torpedoes will burst through all the barriers to love.
Searching for that target? Oh, forget the target. There isn't anyone here at all. We'll never stand idle in a place lacking love.
We're the Comet Girls, Yellow.Shabby. Resuming search. I can't take this seriously. Okay. Alright. Resuming search for love. Yellow.Shabby, bring the heat. What?
Leah, Fatma, and Sophia have left the room. The number of participants in the virtual room It's a Rat Public Bath is now 0. Entering sleep mode.
They're all going to die. If you want to avoid this hell, you have to kill. Kill them. Or if that's impossible, yourself. Oh, never mind. That's not very nice of you. My God! Hey, what's wrong, Meow? Is that all? Gonna go to bed like a little girl? Shut up! I'm a man! The two of them were in training room. But the two I'm sorry. The Yellow.Shabby is still making me laugh. Okay. The way that they do, they're just like, oh, it's an empty room. Where are they? Okay. The two of them were in the training room ring, punching each other while wearing gloves and headgear. Apparently, they've been at it for a while. Both of them were covered in sweat. I see. Like Stan said, the best way for boys to restore their friendship is a good dash of fatigue and the release of their fighting instincts. Don't underestimate me just because I'm short! You asshole! You asshole! Damn it, my gloves are too heavy! Isn't this too much of a handicap? If you start losing, are you gonna blame your gloves? Even your excuses are super genius class. Ah, damn it, this tiny brat's so full of himself. Okay, I really will punch you, beat the crap out of you. Ah! Stop it, Jaden. Huh? Meow. Gotcha! A cross counter. Or it would have been if Meow's arm were a bit longer. Jaden's left straight had beautifully lined up on Meow's face, but as usual, Meow's right straight hadn't been long enough to reach. With a thunk, Meow fell spread eagle to the ground. Damn it! Get me a saw! A chainsaw! I'm cutting this right arm off! I'm turning it into a rocket fist! I'm not gonna fall for that, Meow. I've already memorized the difference between how you and Meow talk. Oh, really? I'm so happy for you. If you're that worried about your flimsy body, I'll train you like they do in the Navy. Start crying, okay? And if Meow starts crying from the muscle pain, how are you gonna take responsibility? I'll gently massage it until she gets better. But I won't do it for you, Meow. You could go rub What? How do do I say this word? I'm gonna guess. I don't feel like looking it up. Indomethacin. Okay. You can go rough. You can go. I'm sorry. Some of the scenes are so funny to me. Okay. You can go rub indomethacin lotion on it all by your lonely self. Damn it! I'll train like hell! I'll definitely protect Meow from beasts like you! Jaden's your partner, isn't he? How dare you call him a beast? There's no point in treating this kind of dumbass like a human! How can you say that about the partner who's done so much for you? Stupid big brother, you dummy! Ow! Don't pinch me! Ow! Jaden, keep training big brother, okay? The truth is, he's feeling a bit relieved right now and he's grateful. Sure, leave it to me! I dedicate this victory to you, Meow! Thanks! That's Japan for you. I never thought I'd see a romantic comedy strip from the 20th century play out in real life. I'm jealous. I'm sorry, it's hard to read because I can't. Alright. I don't know how to say this one. I'll try my best. Hey, senor! Is it senor? I forget. I don't know my Portuguese. Should I say it like senor or I don't know. I'll try. Hey, senor! Tojiro, how have you been? Well, you're as enthusiastic as I expect from a Latin American country. Someone might think we might have been close friends for a decade. I didn't think I'd ever see you again alive! This was Lato, Brazil. In the A3W world, anyone picturing a resort would think of Latin America. Latin America had managed to preserve the most beautiful of environments and air quality, as well as gorgeous vistas, making it a vacation destination for VIPs across the world. It'd be no exaggeration to say that spending the rest of one's life in a high-class Latin American resort was the ultimate goal of many. The countries on the South American continent, which was the only one that high spirit fields of high-purity rare spiritium, were considered the most prosperous in the world. There were paradise nations in the Fifth Faction, which managed to maintain a favorable relationship with all the factions in the world where all the other four factions were always quarreling. At a glance, it was hard to imagine what connection there might be between Tojiro, who was well-dressed despite this heat, and pulling a wheeled bag behind him, and this man, who looked like he lived every day to the fullest in casual clothes. The pair entered the lobby of the high-class hotel where a cheery man was staying and relaxed on an expensive sofa. Tojiro, you should quit your business too and come over to Lato. It's great here. Just heavenly. Sadly, I don't have that kind of vast wealth you need to apply for immigration to Lato. Just go make friends with the big-breasted, big-ass girls on that beach over there. Be married to their family, that'll get you your citizenship. All Lato girls dream of falling in love with foreign billionaires. That explains all those strangely appraising looks I got on the beach. They've got good eyes. One look at the material of my clothes, and they knew I wasn't rich enough to be worth talking to. You really are a hoot, Tojiro. What the hell? The hotel bar was filled with relaxed Latin music that would satisfy the heart of any hard-boiled man. After the two men brought their glasses together, they silently enjoyed the atmosphere and their drinks for a while. In an era where you could say things with your brain, it was customary to refrain from speaking anything but your orders in places where silence was treasured. So each of the guests experienced the place in their own ways, and they were able to enjoy their conversations without interfering with anyone. Good. I also appreciate the sound of silence. Okay. So, were you able to play that musical score? That was one hell of a score you found. I doubt there are even 5 people in the world who could perform that. Then I'm glad one of those 5 people owes me a favor. After all, a score is just a piece of paper if no one can perform it.
You received 13 data items, boyo.
Still, where on earth did you find this? These are HMS blueprints. Each one has an environmental HMS blueprint maintained by nationally supported businesses from various countries.
Now showing a preview of 13 items, boyo.
So it seems. Only a few organizations manage HMS blueprints. And they're all supposed to be government supported and tightly controlled by their countries. How'd you get these? Who knows? It's a business secret. HMS, also called AMIS. Its official name was the 8 Million System. It was a system of environmental nanomachines developed by the Yayorozu nanotech firm in B3. No. It was an environmental It was a system of oh my god. It was a system of environmental nanomachines developed by the Yayorozu nanotech firm in B3W, Japan. By the way, fun fact, if you've been on Tumblr and you know the name of Momo Yayorozu from My Hero Academia, I believe they also talked about the meaning of Yayorozu. Okay, so I believe it's it means the same as HMS, like 8 million system, so yeah. But I think the person that analyzed it on Tumblr would have more sources on that. I'm not that privy to Japanese yet. However, I started translating some of the sentences of Umi Neko, retranslating the Japanese back into English in my own way, trying to learn it. So that's just something. I mean, I have to do it more. I think I only translated the first 7 sentences of Umi Neko. Anyway, the HMS has self-replicated repeatedly, eventually filling the atmosphere all over the planet. This groundbreaking system was capable of doing all sorts of things when instructed. It was almost like an OS that had been installed into the environment itself. Its uses included communication, obviously, but also purification of the air and water, reduction of ultraviolet rays, medical applications, and eventually military applications as well. Its initial development had proceeded quickly, but scientists fearful of grey goo had kicked off a worldwide anti-nanomachine campaign, so it was kept from the light of day for a long time. However, when World War III ended, the world was faced with the prospect of imminent extinction. A nuclear winter had begun, starting the countdown to the world's end. While the political debate over its use was still ongoing, the HMS had been distributed across the whole world. It began purifying the atmosphere. As a result, the globe did not freeze over. The countless gods known as the HMS filled the air, raising the curtain on the new world. Just as oxygen and nitrogen had existed in the atmosphere, so too did HMS now exist. Of course, it existed in all regions of the world, but also existed as high as the stratosphere and as low as the bottom of the ocean. And naturally, it was inside the human body as well. Some had worried that the knowledge of strange nanomachines filling everything in the atmosphere to every people's bodies. Some had worried that the knowledge of strange nanomachines filling everything from the atmosphere to people's bodies would trigger humanity's nanomachinology once again. All A3W governments hid this fact, but some scientists eventually made it public. The masses, knowing that nanomachines had been put into their bodies without their knowledge, and fearing that some sort of accident or malicious act might lead to tragedy, flew into a panic. For several decades, it was used as a magic word by certain kinds of paranoid conspiracy theorists and newscasters, one that was used to explain all sorts of unpleasant unknown things. However, 100 years had passed since then, without anything major happening. The generation afflicted by nanomachine allergies came and went. Nanomachines infected the entire planet. The phobia of grey goo, turning everything else into nanomachines, was now viewed as a complete joke. It was just like in the 20th century when some people thought that letting off an H-bomb would cause a chain reaction with all the hydrogen on the planet and destroy the world. That opinion was also viewed as a complete joke later on. Now, no one thought much of the fact that countless nanomachines drifted throughout the atmosphere in their bodies. Nanomachines aside, humanity had always coexisted with all sorts of bacteria and viruses, and so a murderous HMS was simply added to the list of things an evil terrorist might develop in a spy novel, alongside nukes and killer viruses. And don't forget microplastics. Of course, it isn't actually that simple. In the first place, developing HMS requires cutting-edge research facilities and human resources, as well as a massive budget. Only the major countries from each faction are capable of that. It's managed by the IPMA, and all countries observe each other's work. You can possibly develop a malicious HMS. Well, that's true enough. Still, if that's the case, what on earth was he thinking, the guy who got his hands on this heavily compressed file? Maybe he's a super hacker who somehow thought he could sell it for money. So he's both a super genius who can get it to a super secure HMS management servers, and a total moron who actually thinks he can make a profit out of it? Several HMS blueprints were shared between HMS research facilities across all the world's factions under the management of the IPMA. So, pre-existing HMS blueprints were something all factions actually all had. Even if this hacker had retreated so some terrorists could start developing a malicious HMS, they wouldn't be able to get their hands on the facility or human resources necessary for such development, making the whole thing pointless. Though the blueprints were managed quite carefully, they weren't worth any money. It was like stealing semiconductor techniques that had already been patented. Those were already public knowledge in the semiconductor industry, and even if someone outside the industry found blueprints for those techniques, they wouldn't do them any good at home or at the dinner table. I wonder what the guy who stole this was thinking. Well, this is just a theory of mine, but one of the blueprints is called Artemis, a water purification HMS. That was a registered trademark of the ACR's South Africa's state-managed HMS program. There's also Systema Kurara, Pal Point... What? I should have done research on some of these pronunciations. Oh well, it's been a while. There's also Systema Kurara, Pal 1.2... Oh wait, there's also Systema Kurara, Pal 1.02... Oh my god. Let's try that again. There's also Systema Kurara, Pal Well, nope. Try it again. There's also Systema Kurara, Pal 1.02, and Einsajam. I don't know if I said that right. Guess I'll look it up. Those are air purification HMS from Lato, Argentina, COU Singapore, and COU Saudi Arabia. There was a lot more, but they were all HMS blueprints related to atmospheric improvement. In other words, some mysterious terrorist wants to take advantage of that to create some kind of environment-destroying HMS. And then they'll use that to launch a massive attack on the world's food-producing regions and triggering a world panic. Nice, Forsyth would have loved this stuff. Water and air are essential to human life. If we lose those, we're screwed. I bet the terrorists are jealous a lot of those beautiful paradise and are planning to destroy it. But you're still talking about a dream, right? Every lab on Earth is under close observation. There doesn't exist an institution anywhere that could develop something like an environment-destroying HMS. Maybe. But you know what, Tojiro? Even if it was impossible for every lab on Earth, a secret lab beneath the Earth might be a different story, right? Huh? What are you talking about? My key's gonna translate your Portuguese weird sometimes. I'm so sorry, Tojiro. Looks like my next appointment has arrived. Mind if I include the bill from here as part of my fee? That explains why you were going for the expensive stuff. Obrigado. Até logo. I don't know how to pronounce Portuguese. Sorry. I don't know how to do it. Sorry, I'm not Portuguese. I'm Chinese. Okay. I mean, I don't speak Portuguese, and I'm not Brazilian. Anyway, my bad. Portuguese is a language. Brazil is a country. Please, I'm stupid. Okay, it's a slip of the tongue. I mean, there's Portugal, but yeah. Anyway. The cheery man had left the bar with the same cheeriness he had when he first appeared. Now that the energetic man was gone, Tojiro was finally able to slowly soak in the bar's atmosphere. It's hot. Then the scent of a passionate perfume hit his nose. An attractive Brazilian woman had sat down in the seat vacated by the cheery man. Tojiro raised his glass and winked at her. Hi there, young lady. Would you care for a drink? Gladly. Now, what shall I have? How about a milkshake? As laid back as Lotto is, it's probably not a good idea to drink alcohol on the job. By this point, she wasn't alone. Several MPs from the Lotto military were with her too. Welcome to Lotto Brazil, senhor. If you had told us you were coming, we would have given you a proper welcome. Well, now, I know that there's a beauty like you here to welcome me. I'll do that next time. His Excellency has said he wishes to invite you to dinner. Will you come with us? Works for me. You'll be joining us in an evening dress, that is. Senor says he'll gladly come with us. Sergeant, take his baggage. And see if any of his luggage has arrived at the room he was supposed to be spending the night in. Nice. Just what I expect from a resort country. The service here is great. Tojiro set his empty glass on the counter and calmly stood up. The MPs walked right next to him on either side. Well, well, well. To fulfill our master's orders, we shall not hesitate to use the methods of demons, nor to stain our hands with demonic acts. Oath of the Order of Prometheus. Huh. Well, well. Interesting. Okay. The chapter is done. I'm reading these like weekly. Oh, right. I can't do it weekly next week. I have my reasons, which I'll say later. Oh, right, because I'm going on global strike. That's why. That's why I can't do it next week. So I'll do it the other next week. Usually I do it every Wednesday, but I'm not doing it this Wednesday. Alright, so, oh. We went through these. So let's go through these. ACR, the Africa Commonwealth's realm. Immediately following World War III, a hero king shockingly united the African continent. He built up a powerful group of nations that now forms one of the world's great factions. Rather than trying to forcefully integrate all of Africa's countries' ancient cultures and religions, the Commonwealth king ruled while serving as the highest-ranking member of all cultures and religions. While they respect tradition and culture, they also have taken up a factory-managed childbirth, following the AOU's example, claiming to be a new nation group that combines both tradition and the state of art. Some members of the royal family blame failures in national policy on other factions, taking an overly hostile attitude in the beliefs that people from other factions are looking to split Africa up into colonies once again. Because of the excesses of some royal family members, other factions believe the royal family is corrupt and abusing their people. Sorry, I got mixed up. Sometimes my eyes kind of like mix up words with other things. I don't know. Maybe I need new glasses or something. Sorry. The June 1st King's Tour Memorial Squad, also known as Squad 601. Attached to the ACR Royal Aerial Night Corps, the June 1st King Tours Memorial Squad, also known... Okay, yeah, we already said that. Okay. A one-man ace cat that exists for the sole purpose of assisting Princess Rethabile of the ACR To the ACR royal family and military, the activities and appearance of this princess are nothing more or less than the ultimate propaganda material. Furthermore, she's well down the line of succession. It would be possible to deify her if she perished in the line of duty. So while they give her the best support available, they also mercilessly place her on the front lines. However, Rethabile herself... Oops! Shit! No, that's not how you say her name. It's Retabile. No! Oh my god, I keep messing up. Okay. It's supposed to be Retabile, right? Hold on. Yeah. Rita... Okay. Retabile. Ah. Wait, hold on. Retabile. Sorry, it's Retabile. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Rita. Yeah, okay. My bad. Okay. A one-man ace cat that exists for the sole purpose of assisting Princess Retabile of the ACR. Okay. I'm gonna skip. Okay. However, Retabile herself wants to go to the front lines and seems to have decided inside her heart that if she's fated to perish anyway, she might as well do it gloriously. Their kit is composed of one attacker and two responders. Fundamentally, it's Ishak and Abdu's job to give Retabile a chance to shine. And when they see that she's developed tunnel vision from focusing so much on a goal, they provide her support without holding anything back. They particularly focus on anti-aerial augmented infantry battles, and their highest ideal is to end conflicts with sportsmanship by having aces from both sides step forward and duel just like ancient times. Okay, so Retabile. Okay. Yeah, Retabile. Okay, so. Hopefully I'm doing that right. I don't know. I could be wrong. Or I don't know. That's how it does it, but I when I was looking it up on Google, it was like Retabile, so I don't know. I could be wrong. So, yeah. All right. And we're not reading this because like it's the same as like those. A princess from the ACR royal family and the 21st in line of the throne. All the royal family's princesses and princesses are supposedly talented gauntlet knights with extremely high P3 levels, but she's the only one who's been seen flying in the public eye. Since she displays genius class P3 levels and has been given the best of education since infancy and has the aptitude of an aerial augmented infantry prodigy, many call her the strongest ace in the southern hemisphere. Special abilities. Aerial Princess Knight, SS. She's been prepared since birth to land in front of the lines as a member of the royal family, fighting and building up a legend that will be completed upon the event of her death. Furthermore, her aerial augmented infantry aptitude is proportional to 1.7 billion credit budget that the ACR royal family invested into her training. Aptitude for anti-GHMS, SS. She refuses to let anyone approach her aptitude for movement and ignoring the laws of physics by her own initiative, and at the time of her choosing, she's able to change whether she's at close range or long range, attacking or defending. Naturally, she's earned a gold medal in the stunt flying competition at the Battle Standard Festival of Peace. Support from the entire ACR military, S. The entire ACR military is always in a position to support their royal family's flying princess. In the skies over Africa, her victory is certain. The support she receives from behind comes from many forms. Missiles, information, and even chocolate candies will surely come flying toward her if she asks for them. Okay, so, yeah. Ishaku, so Ishak, okay? From ACR Algeria. Alright. ACR South Africa, so yeah, okay. After his 3-year-old examination, he was put into an instructive strengthening course for the Aerial Knight Corps and became an ace who fought his way up from obscurity, achieving victories against countless geniuses. Though none of his aptitudes are ace class, the history of how he won with hard work and fighting spirit is simply amazing. With his flawless performance both in martial arts and studying as well as the courtly manners he's developed, he's often thought as the Aerial Knight directly serving the royal family who best exemplifies that role. Aerial Centurion SS. Currently he acts as part of Retabile's guard, but before he was the commander of 100 knights despite his young age. His leadership ability is high, and he has more than enough experience in training to serve as Retabile's advisor. Lord of Midair Dueling, SS. In the ACR, which places a lot of emphasis in his aerial augmented infantry training regimen, a form of one-on-one dueling without weapons was created in his courage. He achieved victory multiple times in this sort of mid-air duel, and he's supremely confident in his ability to fight at close range in the skies. Neurotransmitter depends A-. It was discovered that some of the ancient drugs that he was given to raise his P3 levels were addictive, and he's developed a strong defense to them. Fortunately, it doesn't cause any problems as long as he intakes a sufficient amount, but there's no guarantee that other side effects won't be discovered later. Okay. Abdo. Okay. From ACR Senegal. Because of a streak of bad luck, he was kicked out of the elite course despite having considerable aerial augmented infantry talent. Ishak recognized his talent and recommended him for the Aerial Knights. Ritabeel took a liking to him, which brings us to the present day. His B3 measurements are very unstable, but many people have called him a diamond in the rough who stands out more and more the longer he trains. Advantages of youth. He has a youthful quality that allows him to face all sorts of challenges without fearing risk. Because of this, he's able to accept this kind of training, experimentation, and drugs that require signing consent form beforehand, all without having to bear an emotional cost. Overkill-S. He's talented at summoning multiple cannons at once and performing simultaneous target tracking. It's a flashy skill typical of the young that clearly wastes ammo. However, an all-out attack with plenty of tracers can be quite intimidating. The invincible stamina of Youth-S. He's young. He's spirited. He's spirited. He can get by just fine without sleep. He can do after parties and all-nighters unceasingly, and he still has never relied on anti-fatigue drugs. On top of that, he never gets fat no matter how much he eats. He says he has a body that's incapable of getting fat. I'd like to record those words and play them back 20 years later. Huh. Oh, there's something I forgot to do. Let's set the text. I'm not really a fan of camo, I'll tell you what. But I do like Ritabeel's dress. Yeah, she's my favorite out of them, I think. Ishak reminds me of Okanogi. And like I said, I'm not a big fan of camo. So yeah. I like Abdu as well. So yeah. Or Abdo. Okay, Abdo, yeah. Sorry, I'm trying, like, I get told some random stuff when I'm trying to research online. So it's not always, like, reliable knowledge, so, But, I mean, that is Do, so, Abdo or something, so, I'll assume it's that. Alright. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of camo. So, their gauntlets are my least favorite. I think the best gauntlets are in this faction. Because I'm a sucker for it. But of course, I like Meow as well. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of camo. I just feel like this faction has the best ones, I think. Yeah, this one does. And I'm extremely biased. These three in particular are my favorites. Sorry. These three. These two are my favorite, particularly. Aisha and Lingju. Okay? Like, so far. This is either my second or first favorite, and this is probably either my second or first favorite. I'm a sucker for beads, okay? They're both my favorite in terms of gauntlets. But I'm a sucker for Lingju. Okay? And lastly, the Queen's Cairo Visit Memorial Squad, also known as the Cairo Squad. Attached to the ACR Combined Military, part of the 1st Aero Knight Corps, the Queen Cairo's Visit Memorial Squad, also known as the Cairo Squad. The ACR tends to value exceptional individual achievement over group action. The KORO squad is one of the many squads composed of the best talent from the Aerial Augmented Infantry divisions serving under the ACR combined military. Their unique kit is composed of 3 responders. Unlike kit from other factions, they're under no obligation to work in concert with each other, and each is allowed to do as they see fit. This might sound like there's no reason for them to be a kit, but their relationship, while unusual, is not a bad one, and they alternate between coordinating, protecting each other, and competing with each other, all according to their own roles. This unique cat's surprising strength is that no formula can predict what they'll do, and in their friendly battles with people from other factions, all their opponents are forced to admit that they were erratic and difficult to contend with. Alright, Noor from ACR Egypt. A member of the Queen... Okay, we're not reading that. We'll skip through that, like I said, because that's a lot of text. I do like Noor's outfit. It's really pretty. Especially, like, the ballerina look. I don't know, she gives me ballerina vibes, so I really like her, too. I'll talk about their outfits later, I guess, I suppose. Her P3 levels are far from high, but she's extremely skilled at self-management techniques that allow her to speak out during actual combat. Despite her horrible grades when she first entered the ACR Egypt Aerial Night Corps, she eventually became the unshakable top scorer. The mental concentration techniques, she says, were passed down to her from her ancestors and now compulsory for Aerial Night Corps across the ACR. Peak control. Even aces from around the world are at the whims of their rising and receding P3 levels, and it is uncommon for them to be unable to wield their true power. However, this never happens with her, so she's always at peak performance. Summoning autonomous weaponry. S. She's talented at storing large numbers of autonomous attack drones, summoning them simultaneously and controlling them. It's possible for her to deal with all sorts of situations by using different types of drones. Late bloomer A. Since she values the peaks of waves, she tends to learn things at her own pace and is slightly slow. However, she always does learn in the end. The way she moves at her own speed looks incredibly graceful. She's an object of admiration for many of the younger trainees. However, though this may look elegant, she's actually undergoing a fierce process of trial and error inside her head. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of the camo. I mean, there's some things I do like here. I have to admit, though, I do love her blue dress. Very pretty. Alright. Genet. Oh, yeah. She has this Lolita look. I like her, too. Very cute. And her little gold cat ears. Very cute as well. From ACR Ethiopia, a genius member of the Aerial Augmented Infantry who entered the ACR Ethiopian Aerial Night Corps at the age of 9. In addition to her extremely high P3 level, she uses ultra-high speed mental processing techniques that are subconscious even to her and do not defy analysis. These are thought to be some sort of supernatural power. The ACR Royal Brain Power Research Center investigated her for years, but they gave up on their analysis, and the team was disbanded. Oops. A girl born in the sky, SS. She's a born genius with an Aerial Augmented Infantry aptitude so high that many suspect it came from the Military Research Institution. Just like how fish can swim in the sea without anyone telling them how, she succeeded in hovering at the age of 3. Multi-barrel machine gun aptitude SS. She's particularly talented at increasing the ammunition and capacity of multi-barreled machine guns. She looks truly innocent when firing off those, like, fireworks. Terrifyingly, she achieved shooting similarity grades comparable to active duty aerial knights while still just 5 years old. Melta Bear's adolescence A-. She was a genius kid, but when she entered adolescence, her thinking ability began to grow less focused, and a small drop in her P3 levels was noticed. Opinions are divided as to whether this is a sign her talent is fading or proof that this weapon girl is now finally growing as a human being. Okay, so this is hers. Interesting. You could kind of see it like a swordfish if you look at it in a way. I'm not sure what to make of these, in a sense. I'm not sure. But I kind of see it the same thing with her and her. But very cute. Okay, so I see she kind of has, I think she has like a sweet Lolita thing going. I don't know. I'm not that knowledgeable about this sort of thing, so I could be wrong. Mariana from ACR Angola. My bad, from ACR Angola. other young children who received mental training at the Lubago Taller Brain Power Research Center, she was the only one who achieved P3 levels that could compete with the world's best. Despite the fact that her aerial augmented infantry aptitude was merely average, her immense mental ability led her to have the highest grades in the ACR Angola Aerial Night Corps. Currently, the ACR Royal Brain Power Research Center has set up a research team for the sole purpose of raising her aerial augmented infantry aptitude. High output P3 user SS. Her P3 levels are high enough that she can sometimes compete with Meow, the world's best. This talent mostly goes to waste because her aerial augmented infantry aptitude can't keep up, but it may be free sooner or later. Cluster Missile Guidance. She can artfully control large numbers of high maneuverability guided missiles at will in the Battlestar Festival Missile Guidance event, artistic category. She received a gold medal. Unlike Meow's skill, the same name, she specializes less in simultaneous impacts and more in novel and dazzling missile movements. CPP Autism, A-. As a sufferer of CPP, she has developed a chronic condition where her multiple personalities each refuse to give up ground. Her outward personality is unable to stabilize, with symptoms that appear similar to autism. When her personalities are focused on fierce internal debates, that means her driver's seat is unoccupied, so she appears silent and emotionless to outside observers. I see, so... I don't know. She kind of gives me Sayo vibes for some reason. Yeah, it looks kind of like a shark fin, or like a fin of sorts. And a swordfish kind of thing. I don't know. It's hard to say, but it makes me think of a certain fish. Or certain animals that have longer beaks or something. I could be wrong. So, don't really listen to me on that. She kind of gives me, she gives me Sayo Shannon vibes. Oh yeah, but all three of their dresses are pretty cute, I think. I think she's my least favorite-ish. Gannett is really, really cute. I think Gannett has the cutest dress out of them. Since we've gone through all of them, I'm going to talk about their outfits now. Hers is my favorite, by far, out of the three. But this is cute too. I'm always biased toward girls, so I automatically go to Rita Bielso. Yeah, sorry guys. And I also like big, grand dresses in general, so. But I like Nora's, so I can't discount hers. And I like this. I like the ribbon lace pattern. So yeah. I mean, I really like Rita Beal's design. She's so pretty. I mean, they're all pretty. Oh my god. Okay, they're just dressed as nuns, so I don't care. Sorry. I like Naima. She's adorable. I like Stanislav. And I think Andri is also my favorite too. But yeah. Let's see. Yeah, her dress is really pretty. I like the ruffles. Hers isn't bad too. I like big ruffly dresses, so. Aisha's isn't bad, but of course, I have a big bias toward Lingzhe. He's a Chinese. She's my favorite. Then again, I usually like all girls' outfits anyway. If I had to rate all three from each group that I say I like the most, they can't compete. I'm sorry. I'm the type of person who doesn't like to pick favorites. Because, like, these are more Western style, and these are more, like, Asian style, so I'm not gonna be like, oh, East versus West. I don't care. Because, I would have a bias in the first place. toward Asian stuff. So, and then that wouldn't be fair. Would it? No. But I like all three, and I can't fight between them. I like them. I mean, I'm not sure about her boots, I suppose. And I really like these two, and I'm not going to decide between them. They're so pretty, and I won't. I'm just going to say all of these are my favorites. Because they are. I like them. Let's see. So, there's Lilia. Or is it... Yeah. Lilia, Koshka, Chloe. I think I like Lilia's the most. Yeah. I'm a sucker for ruffles. And she just is cute. She's just cute in general. And I like her cinnamon rolls. I'm gonna eat them. On top of her head. Oh no. I'm gonna eat Hanyu's horns. Don't eat Hanyu's horns. So let's see. Now. Out of these three, it's Meow. That's my favorite. Yeah, did you think I was gonna say, oh, Gunhild's gonna win because she's a girl? Nope. Meow's my favorite. I like this design. I really do. I like the combination of like shorts and just like having something long. I'm like short in front, back, long. I'm a sucker for that, so yeah. I don't know, but I love Meow's design. I just do. He's just my favorite. He's just my favorite. And out of all the protagonists of When They Cry, I identify the most with him. I just do. If you wanted to go with male protagonists, or if you wanted to go with the female protagonists, well, I wouldn't say, it's just like, out of the three main ones that we know, and you're not supposed to technically know about the other protagonists or whatever, yeah, Meow. Like, out of Balor, Keiichi, Meow. And Meow's not a pervert, so I definitely like him more. Sorry! Meow's my favorite out of the two. Like, Keiichi and Balor, they're too much of a pervert that I would actually like them. So Meow's my favorite. By default. So yeah, out of this, also I like this faction more. I can't decide between these factions. Because they're all good, except for Momotake. He really weakens everybody else. But I like all three. I like most of this row, except for him. I prefer this row. No, I prefer Meow over everyone else. Sorry. I mean, I like Koshka and Lilia's personalities as well. But Meow is the best, so yeah. If I had to pick one side. I can't pick a side here. I can't, sorry. Because Momotake makes it difficult. I don't pick the side that has like the same designs because that's boring. So I'm obviously gonna go with Thaliatsu. Yeah, okay. Because Naima. Honestly, because all three are girls and I love their designs, I want to say them. However, she has a big grand dress. And the bigger the dress, the more she outweighs the guys. So, they're about the same too. I can't have the dresses compete where they're like all the better. They're all their own thing. You can't. It's like comparing apples to oranges. You just can't, okay? You can't. No, they can't compete. They just can't. That's too cruel. I hate that. Why does there have to be a number one? Why? I hate that. It's like people are like, there's the number one most beautiful girl. Why can't they all be beautiful? Why can't they all be the most beautiful? Why do we have to choose? I'm not like that at all. No. Unfair. Like, they can't all be beautiful. If they're all beautiful, then that means they're all... Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! I don't want to hear it. Screw yourself. Sorry. I get very emotional about it. I can't help it, okay? That's just how I am sometimes. It's just how I am. Yep. Okay, so I'm gonna say I don't like Lotto either. So let's see. We're gonna go after the ones that I didn't like as much. So, Grave Mole is pretty good. So the nuns. And then, like... let's see. And then Lotto. So I'm gonna say that I like... Yeah, the nuns are just the worst. Because there's 3 of them and they all dress the same. And I can't stand that, so. I like them. And then, like, Lotto's isn't bad. I like the uniform. And it's good there's not 3 of them. But in general, I think I just prefer this design over the nuns. I prefer this over the nuns. It's a skirt. I really like the skirt. I don't know. The frills are nice, I guess, but I don't really prefer it. I don't know. It's just too much for me. I prefer this one. I just do. It looks more simpler. So let's see. And I like this one. This one is just more simpler in general. But it's a bias. But this is pretty cute, I think. If I had to pick a design. This one and this one, I think. Warcat. And then, yeah. Yeah, that one's a little too plain for me. Too white. These 2 are just right. This isn't bad. I love it. I'm gonna put this in 3rd place. This one's cute. I don't really like that one. This one's okay, I guess. It's just a place. That one's good, I guess. That one's fine. And this is just a country. It's okay. So let's see. Now, there are some designs I don't like as much, so. Yeah, there are things that I don't like that I'll have compete with each other. If I don't like them, I'm more likely to have them compete. If I like something, I'm not gonna have them compete. Alright, I don't know. I don't know how it works. Okay. I just have favorites, and the favorites stay as favorites. But when I'm negative towards something, I'm more stricter toward it. Sorry. I do like Jaden's candy shirt, so we're gonna let that slide. I don't know. It makes me think of candy, or it makes me think of like a rainbow sherbet shirt. And then it makes me think I want rainbow sherbet or sorbet. So his shirt is tasty. I can't stand Jaden though because he's like kind of a perp. He takes on the qualities of Keiichi and Balor. So I don't like him as much. Sorry. Gunhild's okay, but Lilia's better. And Koshka is better. Lilia and Koshka are better than Gunhild's design, I think. And also Gunhild's and Chloe, I think, has a better dress design. I just feel like hers is like the more simplified version of hers. In that sense. So yeah. But Momotake, let's see. I mean, I don't know. He's fine, I guess, I suppose, but I don't like his personality that much. I don't know. He's okay. I don't think I really like his as much. I think he is my least favorite. It doesn't help that his personality doesn't help. But I like Aisha's. I like hers. Not my favorite, but I like her. Anyone's better than Momotake in this row. I know I didn't talk about Andri, but I also like Andri. I don't know. I just do. If I had to talk about the guys, okay, so let's see. I mean, I like Stanislav in general. Oh, I didn't talk about Naomi. I know I said Naomi. I thought was a guy at first. But yeah, I think Naomi is my least favorite. I suppose. Of the three. Sorry, that's just how I am. I just prefer Stanislav. But at least she's not the nun, so that's good. So, I say that Meow has the best design of all the males. Therefore, Meow is the best. So, we can't have him compete with everybody else who lost against Meow. Abdu's fine. Yeah, Abdo's fine. Ishak is fine. Yeah, they're sharp. I suppose okay, I'm gonna have to say Momotake is like my least favorite. Yeah, let's just say it, okay? His personality appeals to me the least. That's just how I feel about it. And I feel like his top doesn't really like what is it? I feel like it doesn't match with his Hakama, so I mean I like the Hakama, so yeah. So we have Andri, we got Stanislav, we got Abdu and Ishak, and we got Jaden. So I'm just gonna say that Andri wins out of all the other guys. Stanislav is second place. Sorry. Jaden is third place. I mean, Abdu is like the next one, and then Ishak is better than Momotake, and Momotake is like dead last and worse than everybody else. Yep. That's all I'm gonna say. I mean, and even though I don't like Naomi's as much, she's not the nuns. So yeah. Sorry, the nuns are two samesies. I suppose if you had to force me to pick a favorite of the nuns, I do like Stefania and Fatma, and I don't like Leah. Leah's my least favorite. Sorry. She's just plainer than the other two. Stefania looks like she could be in one of those indie games, like Fortune Summoners or something. Or like the princess thing. You know, like Save the Queen or something like that. I believe there was another game that's like Save the Queen, but I believe that one's more free. I don't remember. And it used a lot of classical music, I believe. Or yeah, something like that. She reminds me of those protagonists in those games. Because of the pink hair. And I like Fatma. I think hers is more interesting because she's still hiding her hair. So yeah. And she's just more interesting than Leah. I mean, Leah kind of makes me think of like some other When They Cry characters in the past, but she's still my least favorite because she's more plainer than the other two. So if I had to be forced to pick, to really differentiate against the nuns, yeah, these two are my favorite. And Leah is my least favorite. Yeah, and isn't she's not as interesting as the other. Huh. Interesting. I just noticed that she has a star. They're so samey that I'll probably just blaze over it through my eye because I'm not even thinking. So that it just illustrates how much I don't care about the nuns that much. I just noticed just now that Leah has a star over everybody else's in the group. Anyway. But yeah, Leah's my least favorite. Alright. Thanks for showing up for my stream. And I'm just gonna repeat again, I'm not streaming next week because I'm on Golo strike and I won't be back until like probably the 29th. So, yeah. So, I just want to emphasize that. Alright. But I'll try to make sure that I stream more this week. So that it's not, you're not gonna be like, oh no. Okay? Anyway, but yeah. I gotta go. Bye.